state tells us what our project is going to be. Once that happens, they may tell us we have to tear the whole school down and start from there. We don't know. So I know that's going to be a big question, and that's going to be
And I think the state's made
a little controversy.
We shouldn't speculate on that either. We shouldn't even speculate on
Right,
that.
but that question is going to come up. There's no two ways about it.
The whole purpose of the feasibility study is to find out
Where
what
you're
we
gonna go.
should be doing total with all, between the two schools, what our project should look like in total, and what are the pieces of this that are the most sense to hang together. And that's what we're going to be doing, is that feasibility study.
But that will pop up. That question will more than likely pop up. The only other thing is tomorrow we have a meeting tomorrow. Wednesday we are with the Hood School. Tomorrow night we're also at the Bachelor School giving out some flyers. And Thursday we're at the library with Enru. All right, and then
I think Thursday night, I think there's something at the little school too.
all right, so we're just trying to play everything up.
I think you guys have done a really great job over the last 2 weeks getting out and meeting with the community and getting the word out. And I think you can go to the Henry website. I think that they have a link to the slideshow up there.
Right.
I saw it the other night, and anybody who has an interest should really take a look at it. You get to see some of the conditions at the high school. That's one of the reasons why we did so.
And we have a website, and we should put that on here, and that'll be on before town meeting, but it's www.nrssbc.org for North Reading Secondary Schools Building Committee. So it's nrssbc.org. And you can click that. I believe there's a link set up from the town's website right now that'll take you over to ours under committees.
Is the presentation up there?
Yes. Yep.
Any other questions?
So if the feasibility study is passed, does that mean you have about a year to get this resolved? I mean, we're talking this 120 days. I don't believe 120 days is going to be enough for you to sell this program.
No, basically, the timeline is that, can you throw the timeline slide
I
up?
understand the timeline is 6 to 9 months, but I think you need to get out and start selling it right after the feasibility study.
Of course,
yeah.
absolutely.
So that's one
Yeah,
of
we
the
have to,
questions.
that's a great point. We absolutely have to, and there's a lot of things that we have in motion, but we have to take it one step at a time. So the first thing is, if people don't go to town meeting and raise their hand and vote, it's dead in the water. So once we hit that, absolutely, we've got a plan in place, and we'll come back to you with an update. But we're going to start educating the public on what that is from day one. And again, we don't have all the answers till the completion of the study, but as we get information, we'll be working hand in hand with the state, and each different part will be signed off. And as it gets shaped, we'll have information on our website so the public can be informed. We'll have our meeting minutes up there, and we'll have the project starting to take shape. And at the end of that, we will have the project to put up there. But as we get information, we can definitely share it with the town so that it's started. But it's a process that we have to go through to define what the project is. As soon as that happens, then the state gives you the thumbs up. You have 120 days.
Well, Mike raised an interesting point.
Yeah.
Because we can't really say what the project's going to be.
No.
Until probably near the conclusion of the feasibility study. Then you only have 120 days to.
Right.
So you're right, Corey. We got to sell it as we go along, but we may not know exactly what we have, or answer the question of what are we going to do with the old high school, and then we're kind of got a short time frame to get people to support it.
I thought at the town hall meeting last week, someone made a great suggestion of doing the tours to the old high school and middle school.
Yeah.
I thought it was a
We're
great
going to
idea.
do that. We're also going to do a tour video and then put it up on our website. We'll have Wayne Hardacker's agreed to go through and give us a tour of both the high school and the middle school. We'll take that, edit that so it's chopped down to reasonable size, so people want to view it, they can check it in a reasonable period of time, and they can see it on the website. And then they can also schedule town tours where people can come in and do the actual tours themselves, because there's nothing better than a fresh set of eyes. But with people's schedules, they may not want to go down there, so we'll have it on the website.
You get the cable too, so they can show it. Will it be in that format, or it could be a half hour, an hour long? They can put it up on public access.
We'll make it into an iMovie. We'll make it into like a.
Because I think that'd be good if you could have it on. You can have the
I'm sure
cable.
they could play. We could put it on a DVD.
We can exactly similar what they did with the police station and
Right.
the batch. Same thing. It'll run
Okay.
continuously, or once an hour or whatever. We want to do the similar kind of.
I think we're gonna have to do it. I'll be there with the video camera.
Right.
He'll talk, and then we'll go back and we'll dub in the sound, we'll edit it. You know, I took a class at the Apple Store, that's what we'll be doing. I mean, it's not professional, but it's free.
One of the professional editors, so you've got my.
Yeah.
Perfect.
There you go.
Fantastic,
Well,
absolutely.
That's great
Excited.
videos.
And you can borrow my HD camera.
Great,
Oh, there you go.
See?
fantastic.
We keep talking, we'll have this
Thank
building
you.
up by next summer.
Get it on YouTube too, that's great.
Yeah, we'll do, you know what we should do is just develop a marketing plan to have it go through every phase of the project and anticipate the questions everyone will have at different stages. And therefore, we'll have a sort of our talking points, but as the project moves on, we'll know what those are. And of course, with Ms. Willis coming on board, you know, she'll be out there selling this project to all the different communities that will be involved in voting. So before that, though, we do need to get out there and sell every day up to town meeting for the people who are gonna be there. You know, before the meeting starts, we need to be in the aisles talking to people about the importance of this. I think you make a very compelling case. It's very moving and well delivered, and I think we're ready to go. So I appreciate all the work you guys have done. It's phenomenal, and I think we're almost there.
What I wanted to do, even though this wasn't on the agenda, and we could do this at town meeting, but I'd like to maybe take a vote tonight of the school committee, to have a motion to recommend the $1 million for the feasibility study at town meeting. We could do it at town meeting, but I know the other two boards.
No, I think it's a good idea.
The other two boards have unanimously said they would do it, so I think we ought to.
I'd make a motion like that.
Okay, motion for Mr. Bowers, have a second, please?
Second.
Second by Mr. Venezia. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous.
Okay, the only other thing we really want to push is we're going to get back 50% of that feasibility money.
Right.
Okay, that's a big thing.
No matter what.
And
No matter
also,
what
no,
happens.
here's the deal, if the town says yes to the feasibility study and they say no to the big project, then we get reimbursed out of that $1 million, 45.11%, our base rate. So the state's paying 45.11% of that. The town will pay the rest of that, and that won't be out of free cash. Even that, according to the finance committee, would be bonded over a number of years, probably 5 years, so it doesn't hit us hard. If the project goes forward with the big project, then that money gets rolled into the project and is bonded over the term of the bond, which will be either 30 or 40 years, depending on, you know, what the finance committee recommendation is for financing that. And that would be paid at the final rate, not the 45.11%. At that point, it would be at whatever our final rate is, and we'll have that final rate from the state, because we'll know our project, so we'll know what additional credits, what additional percentage points we'll meet at the end of this next phase. So it's a big deal that we find this out, and if this costs us $1 million, even if you're not for the big project, you still should find out what this is going to cost us, and let the state pick up almost half of it. Why fund it alone? So everybody in town should be voting for this, in my opinion.
Actually, one more question on the timeline. So you said that if the feasibility study money gets approved, then by August, we hopefully have everybody on board, engineers, architecture, the OPM, et cetera, correct?
Yeah, we hire the OPM first, then we hire the design team right after.
So then you said 6 to 9 months from there. So is there a possibility we would vote at it at town meeting in 2011?
Yeah.
In
Yes.
June,
Yes.
As long as we
probably?
hear back from the state, that's
Right,
the
but
key
that
one.
would be the hope, that we could vote by the June town meeting,
June,
2011, so you don't have to
October
call
at
a
the
special
latest.
town meeting.
It could be as late as October of 2011.
Well,
Well, we,
Yeah.
Summer of 2011, it's, you know, somewhere in there.
so it's up to the state once.
It's up to the state. I
okay.
mean, the state, in every, just, so you know, in every step of this process, the state has taken the full amount of time
Okay.
to come back with an answer. So we'll be ready. We'll be ready at, 6 months. But
it's gonna be a little tricky, because you're gonna have to
Yeah.
get town meeting approval, and you're gonna have to get it on the ballot, so there's timeframes involved in all of those things.
Well, that's the question, because if we don't get it done in time for June, correct?
Yeah.
Then, you know, say the state comes back in July, do we wait until October and let 3 months go?
No,
or do
we have
call for
a special town meeting
and a
every other
special
week
elec- and
anyway,
a special
so I don't
election?
see why we wouldn't call for another.
Then we'd have to have a special election also, correct?
Well, not necessarily, I mean, there's an election in November, so if you had
Right,
a
but that would
special
be-
town meeting, you might still be able to.
That would be a long time to wait for the election in November. See, my point is, all those months in between.
Well, you're only gonna get one crack at it.
I don't wanna really belabor that.
We have
We have
120
days
so
from the time of
November-
census, yes, you got
November
120
doesn't fit
days
in
and that's
the
it.
I want that June 7th date.
Right,
That's
so-
what I want, the
One
June
thing at a
7th
time.
date, and then we'll go from there. All right? The only other thing I'd like to thank Dr. Manville for keeping up with us, even though he's only here for a little while longer. He's been very helpful. He's been very helpful. All right?
Thank you, Doctor.
He moves on to bigger and better, I guess. I don't know.
As long as he turns in his towels.
All right?
No, I just want to get back to what you guys were talking about, some of the programs that we don't have that you wanted to, you wished we did. Because that's not really, it's not really the job of the SSBC to say what programs we're missing. It's really the school committee telling us,
I think it's less the
what are your top
programs.
three?
I think it's the
laboratories.
insufficient lab space.
We could, I'm saying we could guess, but I'm not sure if it captures what you're thinking.
Okay.
Maybe you could come up with the top 3 or 4, give it to Jerry. Jerry's gonna be at our meeting
Okay,
tomorrow,
right.
and we'll incorporate those, because I don't want to pick 3 things that might not be important to you, you know what I mean?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, all right,
I'd rather come from you guys.
okay. All right, any other questions? Great, thanks a lot, great job.
Thank you for listening to us.
Okay. Next, we have school choice vote. But Dr. Manville, before you talk about this, I was thinking of something as I was driving here tonight. I thought in the past, and other members who were here, didn't we have to have a open a public hearing first on school choice? And that had to be advertised as a public hearing? Do you remember, Jerry?
Yeah, I do. I think that's what we did, the way we normally did it.
So I'm wondering if we have time to do that, and if we need to do
Well, this has
that.
to be done by a certain time.
Right, that's what,
I think this is the last opportunity we have unless we do it right before town meeting. Correct me if
I
I'm
just
wrong.
remember, I don't know if we have to do it, but I remember David.
No, you can do this on the 28th of June.
We can?
I just need to let them know, if you vote it down, I have to have something in the mail to the state by the 30th of June.
Okay.
So you have 2 more meetings.
Because if we don't vote this down, then we're a school choice
If you don't vote
district.
it down, you're a choice
So
district.
we gotta
Because
make sure
I'm
we
just
don't-
trying to remember, I think we did, and I don't know if David just did that, or if that was a requirement of the law.
We did it, I know that.
Yeah,
It was a public
remember,
hearing
and it was,
aspect to it.
we'd open it and close it in
Yeah.
about 30 seconds,
Because nobody said
because no one said anything about it, but it has to be on the agenda as a public hearing, I think.
On the agenda, but do we also have to post it as a public hearing?
I think we do, that's what I think we have to.
Well, we can do that. I've never been in a district that's voted up or down that did that. We just
Okay, well, then if-
took the vote. But
All right, no, then if
if you
that's.
want to keep it going the way
No,
you
no,
want
no,
it,
no.
Why don't we just research that and put it on for the 14th and not make a mistake?
Yeah, so can we do that, Keith?
Sure, absolutely.
Since we have until the 28th, and we'll definitely take a vote on that night, on the 14th.
Well, I think you're right.
All right, next we have, I guess Keith is leaving. We have superintendent transition. Anything new to report?
Last Wednesday, Ms. Willis was in the district. She came in at about 9 and left around 2:30, 3 o'clock. We spent a lot of time. She spent a lot of time with Ann Lundell. She left with more reading material than I think she anticipated. She's actually going to meet with Mr. Nelson Friday to go over the budget process and where we are with that and how our schedule works. Very anxious to get going, has told me several times that her focus is frightened and now is beginning to wander. Is very active in both the searches. I've been keeping her up to date on where we are in the searches, and like I said, the finalists, when it comes to choose the finalists, the final candidate for the PPS director in the little school, she'll be right in there. And as you know, it's the good Kathleen Willis, we have to bring the PPS director to the committee for your approval.
Great. Any questions for Dr. Manville on the transition? Okay. Annual municipal review of town-owned land.
I put that in your packet last time,
Yeah.
and I think we put it back in this time.
Yeah, unless anybody has a favorite piece of land they want to put aside for the school committee, it's basically the same parcels of land we see just about every year, and I don't see anything in there that the school committee is.
Can't go wrong with real estate, maybe we should buy. It's a good time to buy.
I don't know if we have the funds to buy. So, at this time, I'll entertain a motion. I think we have to make a motion that we have no interest in the school committee has no interest in any of the parcels of land. Okay, motion by Mr. Bauer, second? Second by Mrs. Arquette. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous.
I also move that Mike make the next motion.